But at least now it can't get much worse.
But it did get worse.
It only gets worse every day for Idubbbz. Idubbbz, he's decided to do the unthinkable. He's actually platformed his haters. He's done, like, there's a couple rules on the internet. One, you're not supposed to punch down, but you're never supposed to talk about people funnier than you because you have nothing to gain except to lose your audience to them. In this video that Idubbbz came up with, and I knew this was coming. Yesterday we talked about this. I said I was like hoping it would be out today, but it was going to be out at least on Tuesday or whatever day it is in America. Because it's Wednesday for me now. It's Wednesday for me. He just addressed the haters, but all he did is show that they have good arguments. All he did is show that they were funnier than him, and he didn't even address something that's really horrible, which is look at the intro. We're going to go through the entire thing. I would like it normally, but I'm not going to today because I don't like this video. But let's take a look at this intro. The coming up. Let's see what we have in store. Make sure I unmute this. There we go.
This is your own theory, or if it's just like implanted in your brain from all the other hate videos. There was never a bonus. I never spoke to these losers.
So these losers, he calls these losers. Now this is Idubbbz's boxing trainer, I believe. And this woman is the survivor of a child marriage. They reached out to Ian to say, could you please support not getting kids married? And like, I believe I have a thing here for it. Let me see. Where was it? Here it is. So this is Kate Yang. She was forced to marry at only 12 years old. She recalls being mentally, sexually, and physically abused on a daily basis by her husband. As a child marriage survivor, I'm here today to let the American people know that child marriage does exist in America, said Yang, who was 15 when she had a first of her 2 sons. Child marriage does exist in Washington state. According to the 22 study by International Center for Research on Women, 90% of women and children in marriages experience abuse by their husband during their marriage. The abuse was so bad that the thought of ending my life felt like it could be a freedom, said Yang, 38. I knew that either I had to escape or it was going to kill me. That's who Idubbbz is calling a loser. They gave Anissa free training. They tried to get Idubbbz ready to fight, but then he chickened out. And then the second they asked for one thing, they're just like, hey Idubbbz, could you perhaps support our campaign to prevent children from getting married? And he left them on red. He just left them all on fucking red. Anyway, that's what we got coming up today. And we got a lot of funny reactions. There's some really good ones. There's some real good ones. Let me see. Where's my things gone? I think Billy Mitchell was one of the funniest, actually. Billy Mitchell throws in his Trump-style roast after his recent video. I can't do a good Trump impression, but I'll try my best, okay? Idubbbz, a.k.a. iCuck, is completely out of control. In fact, he's not stoic. He should have stated his video by saying, I'm gay, and announcing his divorce. Instead, he groveled, even harder, on behalf of his husband. Wow. Very cool by Billy Mitchell. We also have Dad in the comments. Can we box? Now, Dad is a guy that is basically, he was the top card for Creator Clash. And they completely left him on cold, and they left him on red as well. They just, like, 8 months of his life down the drain for this, supporting it to the last second, and then Idubbbz they just walk away. They just fucking walk away. And he challenged Idubbbz to box on Misfit, and Idubbbz has now blocked him. He's ignoring him. He's checking out, and they're about the same size, the same weight, and the same experience. So it's actually a really good matchup. We'll get back into the Idubbbz in just a second, because we have a brief, while I wait for people to filter in and vote in the poll and, like the stream. Let's have a quick look at the quartering, because the quartering and Idubbbz are both cuckolds that are running out of money. So there's an interesting little comparison here. This is only be 2 minutes, and then we'll get right back into the Idubbbz stuff. Just give people a little bit of time for the notifications to go and that stuff. So the context for this one is that, let's see, Quartering's actual audience left him, let him watch this clip on how he treats one guy complaining on a 3-hour live stream that has like 60 minutes of advertising. Let's see what Quartering thinks of his audience. Let's take a quick look at this.
Jeremy, your show is not worth all of your BS promotions I have to listen to. I'm done. Okay, 757 driver, first of all, I'm gonna ban you from chat, and you can suck my fucking ass, dude. I have been live streaming.
You don't want to buy $99 of coffee? Then you can suck my ass. You're banned.
on a fucking Sunday for 3 fucking hours instead of spending time with my wife and relaxing.
Well, that's because his wife is also spending time with another man, just like Anissa. Courting's wife is spending time with the flight coach that he bought her 3 planes for, that he could fuck her in.
I've been streaming for 3 fucking hours. Sorry.
Must be running out of emoji.
Okay. Sorry. If I'm trying to make a living, you can go fuck yourself.
How many super chats do you think that Quartering got in these recent streams, by the way?
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
Fuck you. I don't have any time for that. You fuck off. I don't want you to watch my videos. I hate you.
I hate you, chat. How dare you?
Fuck you.
He needs to totally see it. Yeah, this is interesting thing, because like I said, there's a lot of similarities between Idubbbz and Quartering at the moment, and it seems like the Kino Casino, which is going to be a major character in tonight's show, are responsible for both destroying Idubbbz's career and stealing his optimization for his name and everything, as well as the Quartering, who's now had to change the name of one of his channels from the Quartering Live to Jeremy Hambley. Because if you search for Jeremy Hambley on YouTube, the Kino Casino clip channel comes up. So I don't know why they bother. Like, if you have a hater, you just don't acknowledge them. That's all you have to do. Don't spotlight them. Don't give them attention. Don't platform them. But for some reason, it's just funny that lolcows have this, like, there's this very similar trait that lolcows have this inability to make money for themselves, but they have a grand ability to make thousands of dollars for people that are laughing at them.
Okay. You know how hard I work on my coffee company? I'm not like these other...
No, he just drop ships it, doesn't it? He got like a woke coffee roaster that just drop ships everything.
Losers that just do drop ship coffee.
He drop ships his
15
coffee.
people's jobs that depend on
15
this.
people.
So I'm sorry if in 3 fucking hours of live streaming, I talked about it 3 times. I'm sorry.
It's like every other second you're talking about coffee brand.
I'm sorry. My free live stream that you've been enjoying for free for 3 hours on a fucking Sunday, okay, you had to listen to me talk about my coffee that you didn't have to buy either. And you weren't going to buy it because you're a fucking loser.
No, you're not going to buy it because it's shit and it costs $99.
Sure. All right? Fuck you. Do you have any idea how many staff I have?
15?
My company is 25 people.
Wait, he just said it was 15 people. That's 25 people? Oy vey, chat. I've got to support 15 people. How am I going to pay for 25 people here? I've got 50 employees to look after.
Once you include the cooking. How the fuck do you think I pay them? Fuck you. And
with the money you spend on saltwater fish tanks? I don't know. His pants are getting crappy. And that's another similarity between the Idubbbz and the Quartering, is they both shit their pants.
Go watch someone else. Sorry.
We're about to.
Go watch someone else who's going to give you 3
advice.
hours of free entertainment on a Sunday.
Oh my goodness. Where could we fucking possibly find 3 hours of entertainment on YouTube? Oh my goodness. On the free video platform YouTube, how will I ever find 3 hours of content? Oh wait, I'll just watch one episode of, I'll watch a quarter of an episode of EFAP or something, and I'll actually enjoy myself.
All right? Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, we will do that. Now, you can see the Quartering, he's suffering. He's allegedly got a stream. He's allegedly got a stream of 30,000 people or some ridiculous number. And the goal to keep the lights on. He couldn't even get 5 super chats. So that's the goal for tonight's stream. If we can get 5 super chats, we can beat the Quartering. So I've seen his, like, it's actually insane how slow his chat is. And I know something about slow chats. I've got a small stream too. Nothing wrong with having a small stream if you're just having a bit of fun. Of course, everyone would love to be larger. Not quite the Quartering body type size, but, larger stream numbers would be great. But honestly, for a stream that's supposed to have 30,000 or 10,000 at the start, his chat just doesn't move. Like, I think mine moves faster. And that, like, I've only got to go out a couple hundred people here. But you can't even get 5 super chats with 30,000 people. Something doesn't make sense. I've always said that Rumble is a bit of a sus site, and I've never believed it before. But there you go. Anyway, we'll get right back into the Idubbbz stuff. That was just a bit of a warm wake up for you. Actually, do have some super chats to go through. We'll go do this quickly, then we'll go back into the video. So we have been there, done that. Says, for the goal, wiggle, wiggle. He also is a member for 15 months, says womp womp. Some rando gifted 5 memberships. Let's go. Ben says the house always wins. Indeed they do. Like, Idubbbz, I would assume, thinks that the Kino Casino, Andy, PPP, are like evil people. They're like racist, right-leaning, I don't know, like Kick users or something, and all the bad people are on Kick. But like the only thing that he's accomplished here is giving them thousands and thousands of dollars. Because Idubbbz got like, I mean, I won't lie, this video did get 180,000 views, but that's pretty low for a guy with 7 million subscribers, more or less. Like, what is this? A 23-minute video with 180,000 people? It's going to make like $300-400 max. That's how much you'll make. Maybe even, we'll be generous. We'll say it's 1,000. We'll say it's 1,000 because he's a legacy channel and he's probably got like premium sponsors. But we'll say that. We'll say that. Andy and PPP are going to stream tomorrow. They're going to stretch this clip out for like 5 hours, and they're going to make like $10,000. And then they're going to put it on their clip channel. It's going to get more clips than Ian. So I don't know. All he's done is just, he's moved them to a bigger house. Jefferson C. Post also says, he's telling the internet what bothers him. Yeah, it's another big mistake. You just never do it. You just always smile and pretend nothing bothers you. That's the only way to win. All right, let's get back into this. We're only 9 seconds, and he's already called this victim of a 12-year-old child marriage and being forced to have kids at 15. He's called him a loser within 10 seconds. Let's see how much worse it gets.
It's about a bonus. If you're going to be a hater-ass bitch, take it the full way.
Okay, so he wants to be a hater-ass bitch. Now, the countdown has started for Ian crawling into his hole and claiming he doesn't want to be about drama. It's like, I'm not a drama channel. I just want to play World of Warcraft to less than 100 people and can't even get past level 25 on a hunter, which is the easiest character in World of Warcraft, even if you're playing on hardcore server. I have a computer that disconnects every 30 minutes, every hour, and I was able to get all the way to level 60 and beat all the raid bosses on hardcore WoW. It's not that hard as a healer, which I guess is kind of easier, but it's certainly harder than playing a hunter. Anyway, let's go into his super epic transition.
By the way, the background is a work in progress, so you can just tune that out.
People give me shit for my background. They say like, oh, you've got the purple Destiny background. I was just trying to get 1/2 red and 1/2 blue, but then it became purple. I couldn't quite get it to match because these red lights, I don't know how to make them work. I don't know. But like, look how shit this background is. It's like he's just in, I don't know what to say, like in the toilet. I mean, that's where his career is, so that makes sense.
Today, I'm going to be doing the thing that everyone tells you not to do, and that is feed the trolls.
What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? You know, there's a reason they say don't feed the trolls, but maybe let them cook. Let them cook, because Anissa can't fucking cook for shit. I've seen her pie lattices. They're disgusting. Let Idubbbz cook. Maybe he has a great argument. They're about to find out.
One of the more important things that I want to talk about is my relationship with Anissa. I love...
All right, we're going to find out about this devil woman succubus that destroyed his life. I think that Anissa's got a relationship with a lot of people she could talk about, but Idubbbz not so much. And this is actually canon in Idubbbz's story, because Anissa was the first woman that gave him attention, but she had many, many boyfriends before him. So he basically settled for his first one-itis, and I guess you can see how that turned out for him.
Anissa. I love everything about her. I've only grown to love her more with time. And a lot of people online don't see it that way.
Because she's awful. Because she destroyed everything. Because you used to have a name that people revered and feared. Right? Like, people looked out for these content cops. People gathered around in groups to watch these. Keemstar was on the edge of his seat when the Keemstar content cop dropped. And he was like brooding over what could he possibly do to recover from this. It used to be the channel killer, although realistically no one's channels really did die from content cops except maybe Leafy's, but I believe he got it back at the end, but he kind of just got his bag and escaped. But that's what people used to tune in for, like edgy, cutting edge, a little bit naughty, but always entertaining. It used to be good, and then somewhere it just went off a fucking cliff. The question is, was it actually Anissa, or was he just always a hack and he was just able to trick people for long enough? But if you look at the Idubbbz of the past and you look at the Idubbbz of now, the thing that you don't see anymore in Idubbbz's expression is happiness, is hope, is laughter. He used to be smiling. He used to be having a great time. He'd be jumping off of tables and stuff, shouting slurs, and then he would be like, hey, that's pretty good. And he seemed happy. That came through the screen when you watch it. But now when you see him, all you see is depression. All you see is hopelessness. All you see is someone has been lobotomized by, I don't know, being banged in the head too many times by men that Anissa would rather be with.
For me, it's very obvious. I thought more people would be able to catch on. I am quiet, stoic, not talkative. She is the opposite of that.
Are you stoic, son? All right, we've got to go to a couple of these comments. So now, Idubbbz, as I did say yesterday, his World of Warcraft stream was only about capping over about 100 people. Pretty embarrassing. If I play a dinosaur game, I can get about the same. And I've got like less than 20,000 subscribers, basically. I'm like a nobody. But Idubbbz, 7 million subscribers. He could barely struggle to get over 100. Today, however, he did start live streaming immediately after this video, which able to enable him to break the barrier of 1,500 viewers for the first time ever. He then promptly stream rated Hassan and didn't even get acknowledged until the mods forced Hassan to take notice of him. But how do you think that stream went, chat? How do you think that's... Are you stoic, son? I don't know how stoic we are here, Captain. It's not looking so good. Not looking so good. There was one that was pretty good. A very classic meme that you may have seen before. Idubbbz walking home at night, pass a duo of a fat man and a cokehead. One of them tells me I dropped my cup card. I looked down and realized that I've been the victim of a trolling operation. I am unmoved. I tell the fat man his provocations are futile because I'm stoic. He bursts out in laughter and says that it's pronounced stoic, not stoic. I break down, crying, and shit myself. Very true. Very true. You were like, I don't know. Is this your stoic Chad, sir? Here it is. No, it's not quite. Not quite.
She is loud, very talkative, social.
Wait, hold on a second. Also, this is a very uncharitable pause. We've got to get those 10 subs for the sticker. Look, this is what I'm just telling you what's going to be happening tomorrow. This sticker is going to be selling on the Kino Casino for like 20. Like they should even up their numbers. There should be 50 subs tomorrow to get this Cretan Idubbbz Crow Magman or something. All right, now go back. Let's see what he said.
Not talkative. She is the opposite of that. She is loud.
She's noisy. She's loud. Yeah, that's very, very desirable traits in a partner. One of them being loud.
Very talkative. Social. People
sociable. She goes out with other men. That's true.
Struggle to understand that dynamic, I think, especially me being a person who has made a career of talking online. So yes, Anissa will oftentimes, like in many relations.
It's kind of strange though. Like if Ian, it is a bit interesting because Ian does talk online for a living, or at least he used to. But Anissa's the loud one, and all she did was take her top off online for money. And then she was broke still. She like said that she was getting her bag from OnlyFans and putting it all in the stock market. She's broke. She had to come back. And nobody gives a shit about it. It's the discount bargain bin. The 100 yen shop for me, I guess.
Relationships, be the more talkative one. We've been together for nearly 10 years, and all of it has been online for the public to see. And there are
10 years a slave. Imagine that. Also, here's a good idea. Don't put your relationships online. Just a brain, little brain explosion I had there. Just don't put your relationships online. Pretty simple if you think about it. People are going to judge whatever you do online. People judge you online and in real life, by the way. And he's going to start talking about this distinction about the internet bullies. They hide in their background troll rooms, tapping away. And it's not like real life. It's exactly like real life. You're judged for your actions online and in real life. But online, you're not forced to see those interactions. Like harassment is, what is the essence of harassment? Idubbbz will talk about this a bit later. Harassment has a component legally where you actually have to go out and approach the person you're harassing. If you literally just turn off your computer and walk away, it is impossible for the evil casino to harass you. Just ignore them. But you can't do that because you're addicted to the humiliation. Ministry of Dinosaurs, very appropriate chat, I suppose, with a 25 PLN says, Idubbbz, the genius that he is, called out casino, which is like starting a tug of war with a bear and celebrating as it gets closer. I wouldn't necessarily say it like that, but yeah, this is a big mistake. Because what does he have to gain? Everyone that likes Idubbbz, probably like very left-leaning, bread tube type people at this point, especially the audience he's trying to court, like, they're just going to see Idubbbz boring streams. Because if we load up an Idubbbz stream, if we go right to Idubbbz right now, actually, let me see. Videos. Here's today's stream. I'll just mute it briefly because he's got a lot of copyright music. Okay, so he spends
more exhausting than doing a run.
like he's
but
got
I'm
these
not
low
doing a run.
energy,
Okay.
low charisma, boring
He acted like
streams.
I
When he
told
does
him
like
to.
World of Warcraft, he's just like quiet and meek. If his audience is now exposed to the Kino Casino, you have the wildly charismatic PPP, and you have Andy, who is really good as a bouncing point for PPP to bounce off his jokes and stuff. He is at actual very big risk of losing his audience to the casino because it's a better product. But the people that watch the casino, there's no way they would go and watch Idubbbz. So there's no positive exchange in both ways. It's only one direction. And Idubbbz, it's kind of interesting because the Kino Casino, while they are, I guess it's not even punching down because they've got better numbers and more income than Ian at this point. They are kind of a niche product. They're kind of on Kick. They've kind of in this relegated space of online where it's kind of like a bit too edgy and people kind of shy away from it. But like they're drawing the Kino Casino into the mainstream. And that's great because I love the casino. I would love to see them go and become like one of the biggest podcasts. But like, for example, all of Idubbbz's fans are going to be checking this out because he was stupid enough to include clips that literally say Kino Casino in the background. Like he tries very hard to not mention PPP and andywarski, even though he absolutely knows who at least andywarski is. Maybe PPP not so much. But you have the like Kino Casino in their neon lights behind them. So they're going to search it out and look for it. But like, and people like, here we have H3 Productions. Tomorrow's live is going to be insane. We are making it public instead of members because this is a DEF CON red alert situation. Hope you all tune in. We'll be reacting to the Idubbbz video. So now Ethan Klein, Lex Juther himself, is going to be reacting to the Kino Casino. That's exposing it to all these different audiences that they never would have probably reached otherwise. I mean, maybe they would have grown there eventually. We don't know. But this is going to be a massive shot in their SEO and their analytics and likely the clip channel because they've been building this backlog of all of these Ian clips. Like if you go to their channel, they have all of, Idubbbz the feminist. And I think they even have we just got a playlist or something. Let me see. Should be a fairly recent one, right? Unless they haven't been updating it. Let's see. They've got, here it is, Idubbbz. You've got this full playlist. You've got this full playlist of 136 videos that if people that hate Idubbbz, because not only does Idubbbz fans watch his videos, his haters watch it as well. If they're like, oh, there's somebody else that hates Idubbbz, they go to the Kino Casino clip channel. There's 100 videos for them to watch on backlog. Boom. You just exploded them into the mainstream. Congratulations. You did it. This is the best ad he could make for the casino ever. I can't imagine why he thought this was a good idea, unless he is just secretly into the humiliation aspect of it. Jane and John Doe with a £5 says tapping a line of several target skirting boards to the wall, or taping, I suppose, is the unique approach to that set design. People made fun of me when I had the red and black foam behind me as well. Like basically every YouTuber does at some point. But Idubbbz used to have that too, and I think it's a good look. Unironically, it'd be much better than what he has now. It'd certainly be more colorful. Anyway, rant over for a bit. We'll go back into it. We're only a minute into this.
There's still people accusing her of cheating, accusing me of being in an abusive relationship.
So again, this is a Kino Casino. This is a Kino Casino thumbnail. Anissa Joma abusing Idubbbz for over 6 minutes straight. 183,000 views. Isn't that exactly, or more or less exactly how much this video has? It's basically the same, with the only difference of about 4,000 views. Yeah, these are really funny. Like, I didn't like the Idubbbz content. I mean, obviously back when Idubbbz was doing Content Cop, I did. But like in the recent years, he completely escaped from my mind. Like it escaped from most people's mind. But you still kind of know who he is. He's like a household name almost in the YouTube or online sphere. But watching these segments on the Kino Casino actually made me invested in their story. And they were the only people that were banking on this, what seemed to be like a dead end. And then either through manifestation or just sheer force of will or conscientiousness, they've made this really funny and entertaining for me. And I assume many other people. And now all of these people that hate Idubbbz, because this video has like 11,000 likes, I believe it has like 30,000 dislikes, they're all just going to be over at the casino tomorrow. That's where they're going. The house never loses. So what did you do to advertise them for free? So stupid.
Relationship. None of this is true. And there is no...
Oh, sorry. There was something I was going to say there.
Has been online for the public to see. And there are still people accusing her of cheating, accusing...
Now here's the Weezer words. It's not cheating if they've agreed for Anissa to fuck other people. That's the trick. You got to watch out for these. He didn't say she wasn't having sex with her men. Maybe he says that later. I don't know. That'd be kind of funny if he does say that. But that's the thing. It's not cheating, right? If you agreed to it. No, it is actually. I'll just to clarify, it is still cheating if you're married to someone and you agree to these ethical non-monogamy. It's bullshit. No, don't fall for that. How stupid do you have to be?
Me of being in an abusive relationship. None of this is true. And there is no evidence for any of this except like...
I mean, you just know. You look at Anissa's smile at other men and you just know. You look at her grimace at Ian and you just know. Oh no, it's the body language experts. They've determined that Anissa fucking hates Idubbbz. What a surprise.
I guess body language experts coming on and being like, Idubbbz is being stoic here. Therefore, he's in...
Are you stoic, son?
In hell.
Okay, hang on. Watch the change there. Watch the change there.
Like it says Kino Casino. Well, I wonder how people are going to find this, Idubbbz. Brilliant. You quit your World of Warcraft scheme for this edit. You couldn't even bother like burn this out if you didn't want to give these people attention. I mean, I'm happy they're going to get it, but it's just very funny to me.
Don't know what the fuck that was. I have never gotten...
Look at Ian in this moment. Oh my God.
Like, he looks sad. No, he is disgusted at her. He's depressed. He's so disgusted.
Working on...
He looks disgusted with...
I mean, this isn't the way you want to look at your wife, right? And the stories that Anissa tells, how like things like, it's just the little things. Like there's so many disgusting stories that she's told over the years. But I remember one that was, maybe it was even from this one, in the Idubbbz castrated and shamed.mp4. It's a fun little name. I guess this is actually the Casino's clip, right? But like, for example, she only shaves for the OnlyFans. When she's doing the OnlyFans is the only time that Ian gets to see his wife shave. She's hairy. She's loud. She stinks. She can't cook.
He looks so uncomfortable. He's like, should I be here? He looks so uncomfortable. Look at this guy's body language. He doesn't want to be there.
Look how miserable he looks. Dude, he looks miserable. Dude, he looks like he wants to kill himself. In that video.
I mean, I kind of want to kill myself now.
Because you've been illuminated to the actual reality of the situation. I mean, is this an own? He's like, well, I thought I was great before, but now I realize how bad it is. Okay. I mean, congratulations, I guess. Not quite the own you were looking for, Chief, but continue being stoic, I guess.
Okay, so they're not a fan of the resting bitch face. All right. Well, I'm not going to smile all the time, fellas. And even when I smile, you guys still...
Hey, well, come on, smile there, love. You look better. Come on now.
Like contort it into he's so uncomfortable or he's smiling through the pain.
Burn.
Oh, he's so...
I mean, but it's true though. He is smiling through the pain.
He's smiling on his face.
What?
But inside his eyes, you can see his pain.
That's...
All right, here we go. Creepy sex theories.
For some reason, well, not for some reason, for the reason of sexism and people's view on OnlyFans and them just not liking Anissa, they want to push forward a narrative that she is actively and continually cheating on me. And if you listen to...
No, it's just, it's not sexism. It's just obvious. Right?
Freaks like this guy I'm about to show, it makes sense why. They are obsessed.
Anissa wants to have sex into having sex with Anissa. I think he wants to bang Anissa. Anissa was...
Oh, wait, hold on a second. That's from the Kino Casino Halloween, right?
Wants to have sex into having sex with Anissa. I think he wants...
See, look, you've got PPP dressed up as Colonel Sanders and Andy Warski's dressed up as fried chicken. Why is Idubbbz showing this? It's like, look at this wildly more entertaining show that you could be watching instead. Congratulations, I guess. But like, the thing is that there's so many truths that lay down in these clips. He picked the worst clips possible to prove his point. Like he picked some very insightful and very true clips, as they would say over there. When you want to make your opponent look worse, you pick the worst shit you can find. Maybe this is because he's only seen the clip channel, but he's clearly watching all the clips. Because you could easily go to the Kino Casino and find some like really funny stuff that would piss off a lot of people that they don't bring to YouTube. It's very easy to do. But for some reason, he picks these really just true clips. That's all you can really call them.
Wants to bang Anissa. Anissa was horny and wanted to have sex with this therapist. Well, Anissa...
I mean, Anissa just literally says how enthralled she is by these other men. And then she talks about how disgusted and how pathetic Ian is, exposing him for being, you know, a virgin and exposing him for having IBS and shitting his pants. And he's like, no, it's not true, but it's true. Like they tried to come out and say that it was all like a work. It was all fake, that Ian had a vasectomy. But the thing is, their relationship is so strained and Ian is so bitch made at this point that you just believe it straight off. Like, even with no evidence, if I said Idubbbz has had a vasectomy, you believe me. Because you look at him and say, yeah, that's the man. That's the man that would cut his balls for his wife while she can go fuck other men and try and endear herself into Hassan's community, which isn't working.
Herself to it.
Yep. Do you think that makes her pussy wet?
Buddy, was she getting plowed?
That's what I'm saying.
What we're describing here is two grown men who are fantasizing about a stranger and his wife and what they do in the bedroom.
No, it's not fantasizing. And it's not what they do in the bedroom. It's what she does in somebody else's bedroom, right? Because what they do in their bedroom implies that Ian is actually having sex with Anissa, which is not true. But no, it's not fantasizing. It's called mocking. It's called laughing at. It's called pitying. It's not a fantasy. A fantasy is when Anissa goes out for the evening and you think about Tim from Tinder and, that she comes home to me.
Or don't do in the bedroom. That is creepy, weirdo shit.
And here we have Idubbbz with the bull, folks. There's Idubbbz with the bull.
He's
all right.
Idubbbz with.
So you've got a picture of Idubbbz and this dog, and you just know. You just know. Have you guys heard? Because I think, didn't Ian admit to getting pegged by Anissa? Because there's this story. Hold on, let me see if I can find this real quick. I don't want this to be in my search history, but I guess I have to search for it. Good. I really hope I can find this just real quick. Where is it? Does anyone have it? There's this story. So basically the story is this guy got pegged or he got fucked by a dude or something. And he was a bottom and his dog saw it and now his dog doesn't respect him. And he was posting on Reddit and it's like, the Reddit post is something like, I got pegged or I got fucked in the ass and now my dog doesn't respect me. I need to find that post because that's exactly the situation. This dog doesn't respect Ian.
The bull, folks. There's Idubbbz with the bull.
He's using sexualized terms to describe a picture of me and my dog. And what are we doing? So many people will
That's because, well, you just know.
Tell Anissa and I of just like, don't feed into the hate. And it's like,
good advice.
Okay, we're going to post some normal stuff. Anissa posts just me with a picture of my dog. And this is the type of commentary we get about it.
Okay, here's the important part. This is kind of interesting because Idubbbz says he doesn't want to spread hate and he doesn't want to insult people. But the implication here is that PPP's fat. He's fat, and he's also the bad character from Puss in Boots: The Last Witch, which is a fantastic movie that if you have not seen it, I absolutely recommend this. This is Big Tom Sawyer, Little Tom Sawyer, but he's Big Tom Sawyer or something. It's really funny. It's a really good movie. Like unironically, probably my favorite movie of the last 2 years or something. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. But he's implying that he's fat. He doesn't want to cause hate, but he's fat, chat. He's fat. Now, where was I going with that? Right. So you don't feed the trolls. You don't feed the trolls. An important part about not feeding the trolls is not feeding them. So yes, they will attack you. Yes, they're going to comment on things that you post online. Yes, they're going to try and bait you, but then you don't lead into them, which is what you've done here. So you did the first part. You're like, okay, we're going to post something that isn't feeding the trolls, the dog picture. But then you respond to the comments about the dog picture. So you just have fed the trolls. So you're not even accomplishing what you're trying to here. Patrick H with a 2 says, he's coping, he's seething, he's pegged. And Patrick H also says, another 5, big support, he says. Also, why do I have a Call of Cthulhu or Elder sign next to my name? That's the channel membership thing. You must be gifted a membership. And that is good eye of you to spot that. And that's because we look at lolcows and disgusting people on this channel like Chris Chan. The Elder sign protects you from the horrors of the evil dark. So if you don't want your life to be influenced by Ian the Raped, you need to get a membership to this channel. Otherwise, the forces of darkness may destroy your life. But everyone who's a member in the chat, every green name is safe. Jacob Hansen says, take my money. Thank you very much. We already have more. We already made more than the quartering. Pathetic, Jeremy. Pathetic. Poopy pants quartering can't afford his Imodium, but this chat supports the stream.
And this is the type of commentary we get about it.
Idubbbz with the bull. Gorgeous Gabe Plowder in the back room of the salon. 3-hour bucolic.
Gorgeous Gabe, is that the hairdresser for Anissa? Is that the one that she flew and spent thousands of Idubbbz money to get hair extensions for so she can impress him? I'm trying to remember this. I think this is all from the Kino clips that I saw, actually. Because that's the only reasonable way to watch Idubbbz, where it's entertaining, is when you watch people making fun of him.
Hockey session with all of the male stylists.
If you're curious about the hairdresser these guys are talking about, I will point you to my disgraced boxing coach, Michael Briggs. For some reason,
why is he a disgraced boxing coach? Like, Ian was getting trained by this guy. He didn't pay him the bonuses. He destroyed Creators Clash, and now this boxing coach is disgraced. Why exactly is he disgraced?
This stupid fucking loser and his dumb as rocks wife.
He's dumb as what? Like, she was so dumb she got married at 12. What a bitch. No, Idubbbz. She was a victim, you retard. And when she asked for Anissa and Ian, the Jomas, because Ian took his wife's last name, which you will mention in this video. Don't be worried. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. When they asked for help, they left them on red. But when they said they were going to be on the H3 podcast, instant message. So all we can gather from this is that Idubbbz supports childhood marriage. That's the only reasonable conclusion.
Decided to go on the H3 podcast. They already spilled their guts. They were getting paid like $5,000 to go on this podcast.
Really? Is that how much? I wonder. Do you think Ethan's going to press 1 in the chat if you think that the Kino Casino is going to go on the H3 podcast? It wouldn't surprise me. H3 is going to watch this tomorrow. He's going to see PPP. He's going to see Andy. He's going to think they're funny. He's going to laugh. He's going to send a bunch of support their way. But is he going to go on the H3 podcast? Press 1 for yes and 2 for no. I mean, they're already allied with Israel, right? Because they've got Gabe as the producer of the Kino Casino. So it wouldn't be a stretch to go on the old Lex Juther's channel.
Sending you guys $5,000 for the bonus that you never got.
I think
so. Wait, Ian was supposed to pay them the $5,000, and then H3 paid them. What a nice guy. I mean, I guess you win with them, right?
They were maybe afraid that they wouldn't get the money if they didn't thoroughly trash us. So them maybe thinking that they weren't trashing us hard enough, Michael Briggs decided to invoke the name of one of his presumably friends and say that Anissa was like thirsting after him.
She definitely had a big crush on one of the guys that would come in and spar with them, because anytime they would spar, she would just be super into it and watch every moment. Yeah, even if he would like beat Ian up, she'd be very into it.
For whatever.
Now Ian cried when he was beaten up in the ring, and then you could see the grimacing on Anissa during, what is it, Creator Clash 2, I want to say. So yeah, when she sees a man that can actually fight, that probably got her turned on, but she's never seen a man do that before, at least not in her relationship.
It's worth every time Michael Briggs, my disgraced boxing coach, would reference Gabe, he would always refer to him as Gorgeous Gabe. He couldn't help but refer to him as Gorgeous Gabe on the podcast.
I would call him Gorgeous Gabe.
He's a beautiful guy.
Yeah, he's got tattoos. He's large. He's tan.
I don't call him that. My wife doesn't call him that. If
she doesn't call him that, she calls him tonight. Thank you. Don with a 5 says, as a matter of fact, it is you who has disgraced Mr. Joma. Very true. Very true. Now I'm going to cut into this clip a little bit because there's another video that I saw. I just want to look at the beginning. So this is by Addendum, and I haven't seen this channel before. It looks like it does like sort of Turkey Tom style videos, video essays about lolcows and stuff. But I just want to play the first couple of minutes of it. Okay, so go check out this guy's channel. If you want. I'm going to like his videos. I hope you would like mine as well. And also, if you're on the replay crew, be sure to say hello. But there's just this first minute I want to play where he actually shows what actually happened. So let's take a quick look. Quick detour.
Doing well. You have managed to galvanize support for me.
She'll start running going, you're being misogynist.
I mean, Ethan was right about that, and that's what's exactly what's going to happen for the casino tomorrow.
You're being this, you're being that. I'm like, bitch, what? You started
this.
I've said my piece on anything like H3 related.
Mr. Idubbbz, once at the top of the...
Let's have a look at that face.
I've said my piece on anything like H3 related.
Mr.
This is when he actually was happy. He could actually say something. He could say the fun words. He could have a bit of fun. He could have a laugh, and he could actually make money on YouTube. What happened to this, Ian? I miss the old Ian.
Mr. Idubbbz, once at the top of the YouTube world, able to get millions of views per video, but now condemned to live with Anissa Joma until death do them part.
That's the worst part. It's not even the trash surroundings of the bog.
Millions of views per video, but now condemned.
Because I guess I don't talk about Idubbbz that often, but if you're unaware, Idubbbz, they fled to first Seattle, then they later fled to Canada, and now they're living in Ian's mother-in-law's basement. They don't even have chairs. This is how bad it is. Now, some people have said they're doing this to flee the H3 lawsuits, perhaps, but they're literally chairless and in the basement, suffering, which is where they exactly deserve to be.
Condemned to live with Anissa Joma until death do them part.
But that's the worst part. Not even living in the basement, it's living in the basement with this chick.
JK LOL, we all know that Anissa is actively monkey branching, looking for Idubbbz' replacement, and she is going to divorce him the moment that she has something lined up. When we last
True. Very true.
Covered Idubbbz, his boxing coach, Coach Mike, and his wife went onto the H3 podcast to expose all of Idubbbz and Anissa's secrets, all because they were actively getting screwed over by both Idubbbz and Anissa. Seriously.
Look how sad Anissa looks in this.
Anissa's secrets, all because they were.
So Ian starts crying when he loses his second boxing match, 0-2.
Were actively getting screwed over by both.
And Anissa's grimacing like, ugh. She's giving him the ick. She's giving him the ick face. I'm crying. And then he records himself crying again. Very embarrassing.
Idubbbz and Anissa. Seriously, they weren't invited to the gala. They weren't paid the bonus they were promised. They never had their gym promoted like was promised. They trained Anissa for free, and they were left on red when they asked Anissa and Idubbbz for help promoting a bill to stop child marriage. Oh, and worst of all, they had to put up with Idubbbz' smell.
It's alleged by Anissa herself that Ian has both bad breath and he shits in his pants frequently.
Yep, he's got IBS. He has to get that quartering brand Imodium.
I don't want to just talk shit about him, but like there would be times, for example, before the first event, where he was talking about getting tonsil stones. Yeah. And he was saying he was going to get strep throat because he had tonsil stones. Ew. And I said, Ian, tonsil stones.
He's only going to get strep throat from kissing his wife when she comes back from a night out with, literally anyone that is an Idubbbz.
Don't cause strep throat. Tonsil stones are because you're not brushing your fucking teeth. And I'm like, yeah, fool, like you need to brush your teeth and you like.
Wait, hold on. That shouldn't be something you need to hear from your boxing coach. Brush your teeth. Now, do you have any commentary about his potential body odor?
I mean, I say it's true. I smell all the time. It's horrible. So he would smell so bad that when he comes back in the afternoon to train, he doesn't shower in between his sessions. And
he stinks. We hit the goal, chat. We hit the goal. Stinky Idubbbz.
So like the coaches that are training other, members there would just like look at us with the weirdest face, like a stink face. And then Michael would try to take Ian to the corner where there's not a lot of members of the gym, so they don't have to smell it.
I try to take an open doorway.
Yeah, so that does happen. I'm not lying. It's true. He doesn't
Creator Clash 3, outdoor event only.
shower.
Well, on June 4th, Idubbbz would address why him and Anissa were getting that 34% cut of all profits made from Creator Clash.
All right, so we're not going to watch the rest of this video, but very promising intro for the first 2 minutes. So go check out this guy. I think I'm going to subscribe to him as well. There you go. I watched this while I was preparing for the stream and going to the gym and stuff today. So it was a good video. But yeah, we hit the goal. Sol on the Lich with 100 ASR says those losers that I stiffed out of 5K. Well, like we just learned that they didn't invite them to the after party for Creator Clash. They didn't promote their gym. They didn't give them the bonus. They trained Anissa for free, and then they shit talked them online. Like and then they didn't. Worst of all, they didn't help support the campaign against child marriage, which can only mean they support child marriage. I mean, Anissa. I mean, it's kind of funny because I guess Anissa and Ian are both children, if you think about it. So I guess they are in favor of child marriage. But he says those losers that I stiffed out of the 5K. Empathy Washburn. Oh, that's right. So Ian's last name used to be Washburn, but he changed it. 2025. PPP and Andy poked the eye cuck this time. They're in trouble now. They will feel the wrath of the gimp. Look, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie and tell you that I'm not jealous of all of the gifted 50 subs that's going to be happening tomorrow. Like, I mean, my schedule's pretty open tomorrow, so I think I'm going to be listening to it all fucking day. I think I'm going to be, I'll just find some work that I don't need to, focus too much on, and I'll just have that on loud, and I'll just be, I'm going to be enjoying it. They're going to make, I guarantee you, they're going to make $5,000-$10,000 tomorrow, and they're going to go on another crazy Vegas trip or something. That's all that Ian has accomplished.
If you have some unresolved sexual tension or fantasies, whatever the fuck it is, you need to keep that shit to yourself and not project it onto other people. I wish the best to Gabe. Michael Briggs, on the other hand, absolute fucking creep weirdo. Now, I know a lot of this is very grotesque and obsessive. I would
not really. It's just disgusting and funny. I ain't grotesque, sure. I guess you could say that, but it's more funny than anything else because it's fun to laugh at train wrecks. You can't look away sometimes.
I would prefer if people didn't talk about me and my wife or other people in this way.
Optics. It's about the optics. Optics and morals. It's about morals in live streaming and video game journalism.
I briefly want to talk about the concept of being a lolcow because these fucking losers, they love the concept of like labeling someone a lolcow and then like bullying them and watching their life spiral out of control.
How is it bullying though if you don't actually approach the people? Like harassment and bullying kind of have very specific definitions. And A-logging, sure. Like talking about them online, sure. But people are allowed to talk about people online, especially when you make your life public. That's a part and parcel of being an internet celebrity or being a public figure. Like being a YouTuber, being a live streamer is a shit ton easier than going into a 9 to 5 and pushing papers around from Mr. Steinberger or something. So, it's a cushy job. It's a lot of fun. There's ups and there's lows. But the thing is to have access to the incredible wealth and the incredible audience and the incredible, social aspect of it, because, you get all the good feelings from the parasocial relationship and things. If you want access to that, there's a drawback in everything. And the drawback is that people are going to talk about you. And in fact, that's one of your greatest aspects is when people talk about you because it's free advertisement, like you're giving free advertisement to Andy and PPP today. Also, Jane and John Doe says, Ethan owes Kino Casino at least 6 million gifted subs. Well, buddy.
They won't, say as much. They'll just be like, yeah, we just do it for laughs. The whole thing's entertainment. It's just just innocent guys just have.
But that's true. Also, they literally do say that they're A-logging. I don't like Ian's going to present this argument where it's like, well, other people say this thing and other people. No, like they literally say, we're going to make fun of Idubbbz today. They take accountability for it. And people make fun of them too. Like, Andy has to keep dealing with the aim, or the burnt nipple. PPP had his fucking posted his own starfish on the internet and got banned from, Stream Me? People make fun of him all the time for that, but they lean into it and they make money from it and they don't care about it because that's how you're supposed to be if you're stoic. You're supposed to let these things run off you like water off a duck's back, not seething and coping. And also like over 100 videos and counting. What a stupid thing to say. Like when creators say like, oh my God, this person made like 10 videos about me. They made 50 videos about me. They made 100 videos about me. Look at these videos. 30,000, 12,000, 20,000, 52,000, 48,000. The last one is like 130,000. If people want something and you serve it to them, that's nothing to be ashamed of, especially if you're making money like that. This is like going up to McDonald's and saying, oh my God, 1 billion burgers sold. You guys are obsessed with the Big Mac. No, they're obsessed with being rich and making money. And these videos are going to get a hell of a lot more views now that you've advertised them. Congratulations.
Thankfully, Anissa and I are in a much safer and privileged position than many other people who are the...
No, I haven't seen it yet, but I assume that it's going to get DM'd to me, so don't do that, please. I probably shouldn't even brought that up.
Targets of guys like this.
Burgers. Classic.
Who want to bully them into submission. So now I want to look.
How can you be bullied into people that aren't DMing you, they aren't contacting you? Just turn off your computer. Go outside. Go hiking. And what is it, that place in the fucking Canadian things they were always talking about? That iconic Canadian view that's got like is it the Banff or something? Just go back there. Internet bullying isn't fucking real. Now, if they're like trying to like hack you, or if they're trying to dox you or something, then yeah, sure, I could see that as harassment. But that's an active thing. Talking about somebody on your own show in your own corner of the internet and not trying to attract their attention is not bullying. It's not harassment. Well, harassment and bullying are a little bit different, but you know what it is.
Look at two different clips from these guys. There is the fat one and his cohort who are listening to Anissa describe.
Hold on. The fat one. Now, he also said that he was fat before. Let me see. There was... Did I have this somewhere? Maybe I don't. I've got some... Here it is. Let's see. So this is a pinned message from Idubbbz stream today. Chatters, keep in mind, criticizing actions is what we're doing here. Don't start bringing up appearance into it. And the racist comments. It's not okay. It does not make you a bigger person. So keep it easy, chat. Don't make fun of people's physical appearance. That's mean. PPP, he's fat. He's fat. Well, congratulations. This is literally from the stream that Idubbbz did just like he posted this video, then went live straight away, which is actually a very effective strategy for getting people to jump into your stream.
Describe, like, essentially having a hard time online, seeing people mock and make fun of her dad with Alzheimer's.
They were laughing at my dad for getting sick on some of these forums.
What did you think? What did you think? Because you shared it online?
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's what people are going to do because they want to get a reaction out of you.
That's true.
I don't think they probably even really believe the stuff that they're saying.
If this is a true statement, like, it's like, oh my God, the worst person you know has just made a great point. I mean, I don't think they're terrible people because I think they're funny. But this is Ian's point of view. It's like the worst person you just made a great point. This is a fantastic point. What do you expect?
But they know because it's extreme and like edgy that it will cause you mentally spiral like this. So that's why they do it. And you're telling them that it affects you. So guess what? They're going to keep doing it. This is how the internet works. It shouldn't be, but that's how it is.
The whole time.
I mean, that's just true. Can I get some truths? This is good advice. You just don't mention it. Don't bring it up. Don't show people it hurts you. And then you just do that. Why?
He is not saying that he is a perpetrator of bullying her.
No, actually, he does say that he A-logs people. They do take accountability for that.
What he's saying is that other people are doing.
Hold on a second.
Viral stream. That's what people.
They were laughing at my dad for getting sick on some of these forums.
What did you think?
So, like, Anissa's dad has Alzheimer's. That's unfortunate. So he has two mental illnesses or disabilities because he's also Muslim.
What did you
anyway
do it? And you're
bullying.
But that's how it is.
The whole time, he is not saying that he is a perpetrator of bullying her. What he's saying is that other people are doing that. But he is doing it actively. In this video, he is bullying Anissa. And in other videos, he's literally bullied and made fun of her dad who has Alzheimer's.
With a late-stage dementia patient who is an extremist Muslim, and he sees his daughter covered in tattoos, married to Idubbbz the cuck.
So, like, when you think about it, the Alzheimer's is kind of a blessing in disguise. Like, holy shit. Oh, that's bad.
And he just freaks the.
I'm sorry. I guess
Idubbbz is having to take him on walks through the neighborhood, talk to this demented guy.
So this is something that he's very familiar with. But for some,
I mean, Ian is very familiar with the Kino Casino because apparently he's been watching all of their clips. So, okay.
For some reason, in this moment, he refuses to take any ownership of the fact that he is part of the problem.
Like, that's what people are going to do because...
No, like, literally PvP has gone through the ringer on these things. He's shown his ringer to the internet. People aren't going to... You can go to Kiwi Farms right now and see it if you want to. I don't recommend it, but you could. Andy, too. You've got all of the crazy moments. Andywarski's been on the internet for so long. There's no way that Ian doesn't know who Andy is.
They want to get a reaction out of you. So that's why they do it. And you're telling them that it affects you.
He doesn't want to admit it. And it makes you...
He does, though. He does.
It makes you wonder why. And we get a little window.
The answer's for money, for entertainment, to put on a good show. Something that Ian has apparently forgotten about how to do. You want to entertain people. You're going to make them laugh. That's the only thing that matters in the internet. There's this really funny clip I had. I don't have it anymore. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's like... He says this like thing where it's like, basically he makes the utilitarian argument that if he makes fun of one person and chat to one person on the internet and it makes like hundreds of people laugh, then it's a greater good because you've achieved like everyone's happy, everyone's laughing at the expense of this one guy. But if you can make fun of somebody, have fun, entertain people, and make a bunch of money doing so on the internet, for people that are putting themselves on the internet and are actively trying to put themselves into the cultural arguments by making these like takedowns of like, Content Cop or H3, or just trying to endear themselves to these political spheres that is, Hassan's orbiters, you're going to be open to criticism. It's like, is that all like, oh no, it'd be nice if people could be not, yeah, sure. If ifs and buts were candies and nuts, yeah, it'd be nice if you could just have your vulnerabilities on the internet and no one make fun of you. But that's not the reality. And this is the same in real life. If you are vulnerable in real life, you will be judged accordingly for it. If you go to work and YouTube is his office space, the co-workers are the YouTubers. If I go into the office and I start crying because I had a beef with another co-worker, I'm not going to be respected for such a trivial thing. And Ian cried on his channel twice. Once in Creator Clash when he lost his fight, and a second time when he fucking tried to destroy H3. It's not normal behavior to be crying in public, especially for a man. Now, if your dog dies, your house burned down, you lose all of your money on some investment that seemed like it was going to be a solid thing or something. Yeah, sure, maybe there are some situations where you can get away with it, but that's certainly not on a YouTube video that you have creative control over. Ridiculous.
Into that at the end of the clip.
This is how the internet works.
It's true.
It shouldn't be, but that's how it is.
He says in this moment, it shouldn't be. Why the fuck do you think he says it shouldn't be? Could that be because it's wrong and it's a mean, evil thing to do, to acknowledge that someone is suffering? And
no, it's just because it's the reality. It's reality. It's what's going to happen. Yes, it'd be nice. It'd also be nice if we all had like unlimited money or some shit. I don't know. But that's not how it is.
Deciding that you are going to attack them online continuously for the thing that...
It's not an attack. It's not an attack. They're not trying to take you down. They're not trying to destroy your life. They just want to laugh at you. And you put the content online to entertain people. Oh, you're not being entertained correctly? So now you're going to call it an attack? No, fuck off.
They are, either insecure or struggling with.
Exactly. Wakey, wakey, Ethan. It's time to wake up. He backstabbed his best friend, the only person that was supporting Creator Clash. Thousands of dollars. And Ethan is still supporting Creator Clash fighters by giving them money that Idubbbz robbed them of. He went out of his way to backstab his friend when his friend was trying to be like, people were trying to take away H3's kids. They were sending him skulls in the mail. They were doing all of these things. They were contacting CPS. They were telling lies. All that H3 wanted from Ian was to say, hey, my kids don't roll around in shit. And instead of coming out and supporting his friend, and they were absolutely friends. I don't give a shit what Ian said about it. I saw the videos. I saw how they were interacting. They were absolutely friends. He cut off contact, went to his sworn enemy, and tried to own him to endear himself into BreadTube because he wants to be Hassan, because Anissa wants to fuck Hassan. And maybe if Ian becomes Hassan, then he'll actually get some pussy from his wife.
It's plain as day that he's part of the problem, but he fucking refuses, like a coward does, to take any responsibility for him being part of the problem. I don't think...
Oh, you have parts, you have your criticisms of society, but you take part in society? Curious.
A lot of these commentary channels want to be held to a higher standard. I think they want to comment on the strategy of things, and they don't want to reveal too much of their own morals or principles.
You can literally see PPP's asshole. What more can you reveal about him? Now, yeah, it is, you do want to be able to make videos and not receive criticism yourself, sure. But this is, again, part and parcel. As you get bigger, it's just an inevitability. If you have one person on the internet that likes you, you got one person that hates you. And hopefully you don't have those really, like, dedicated haters that devote their entire lives to taking you down, like you see in, like, the Dabbleverse or something, which is a story for another day.
This next guy is the perfect example of what I'm describing. He is being very critical of me talking to a therapist. And by the way, that wasn't even a therapy session. I just happened to cry in that moment, and I was like, this might be able to communicate.
This is how Anissa looks at Idubbbz as well. Just like utter disgust. It's like, so you just break out crying, and you thought that this was a creative decision. Oh, I'm going to show people how vulnerable I am. That's what I think when I'm going into work, and I just decide to show everyone how vulnerable I am at the staff meeting. I just start breaking out and crying. No, if I break out crying at work, people aren't going to trust me. They aren't going to respect me, because they'll think that if I have given any sort of stress or responsibility, I'm going to break out again. I'm not going to be like, this is your workplace. These are your coworkers, and you're crying in front of them and making them uncomfortable. And you think it's a good thing. It's not.
Authenticity. So I'll include it.
And then Ian goes on a podcast with a therapist and gets extremely real with him, which is a profoundly stupid idea. Like eating with your mouth full on camera. He of all people should know better than to go on a therapist's podcast and vent about his very real problems on a public forum like that, because people will use that information against him.
This is good advice. I don't understand why Idubbbz is including good advice to try and prove his points. And also, this guy's pretty funny. I don't know who this guy is, but he's very entertaining. Even though I hate it when people eat on camera and eat with their mouth open as well. But he kind of made it work.
Like this.
This same person live streamed his own therapy session where he actually cried.
If you're going to be a hater ass bitch, take it the full way. Take responsibility.
How are you going to be calling people bitch when you're on camera crying? It's like, I'm a tough guy now. Okay, Ian. Okay, you're the tough guy now? What was the thing? Like, I think the other video that I showed you before, with that robot guy, they were talking about how Ian was talking about how he wanted to join the Portland protesters and then kick the tear gas back into the cops' face. He's like, that'd be so cool if I could, if I was there, I would kick the tear gas back to the cops. He lived in Portland at the time. He could have done that. He's talking such big shit. Like, he's talking big for a man that just cries when people talk about, oh no, don't talk about my wife like that. They're gonna cry. It's like, I'm so tough. I'm gonna call Turkish Thomas. Haha, it's very funny.
Or
although Turkish Thomas is probably a pretty good name for a Turkey Tom second channel.
Having the opinion that crying online is pathetic and weak. Don't say I am the enlightened
Like, crying in public is bad. Crying in front of people you don't trust is bad. You know, maybe it'd be nicer if people are a little bit more understanding, sure. That's just the way it is. But like, if you're crying in public, you don't really have the ability to hide. Like, you can try and hide the tears. You can look up, tilt your head back and say like, terrible day for rain or something. But like, crying online is a choice. You have to choose to keep your camera on. You have to choose to keep it in the cut. It is an active decision to show yourself being pathetic online. Like, I do tons of shit that doesn't make the final cut when I do like edited videos. Every frame is a painting. You know, you got to work hard on that sort of stuff. Everything that goes in, I've approved or decided that like it was the time. It's good enough for the amount of time that I put in. Ian saw this. He saw himself crying, and he said, "Oh man, I'm just so fucking vulnerable right now, chat. Anissa, get the strap on." And then he wonders why his dog doesn't respect him.
Interest, and other people are going to make fun of you for that.
Because people will use that information against him.
People will use the information against me. Who's people?
The internet. The people that you're... Are you serious? This is like the fucking Zoolander, like, but why male models? It's like, are you fucking serious? I just told you. The people are the people making videos. Like the guy that just said, I'm going to make a video about it. Like PPP when they say, I'm going to make a video about it. Are you stupid?
I'm pretty sure you're people.
Yeah.
You're the one who's playing this fucking clip. You're the one who's making this video called the most toxic wife.
I mean, yes, they told
clip. You're the one who's making this video called the
toxic, the worst wife on YouTube. How does this only have 82,000 views? Do we have to watch this video? This has to go in the back burner, I think. This might be good. There is a documentary about Anissa I was thinking about watching, but it was kind of on the... I just never got around to it. Maybe we'll do this. Mr. R with a £5. A lot of UK people in chat today. The entire point of crying is to signal weakness. Babies cry to signal they need help, for fuck's sake. Exactly. Anyway, like, this is such a fire fucking fun now. The worst wife on YouTube. Like, you can't get a better title than this. It's true.
Most toxic wife. I don't know why these fucking pussies don't accept the full troll mask. They're acting as if being sincere is impossible to do online. It's not impossible. It's difficult in the situation that Anissa and I are in. But
you can be sincere in line, but that doesn't mean that you show people or you're shitting your pants and crying and you know, stacking your emoji like WoW or something. Like, that's not like transparency. That's just voyeurism.
We're making that choice intentionally. So you making this bold claim that we are like unaware what happens when Anissa talks about her.
Again, this is just true. Someone will bully you if you show your feelings. Yes. Yes. If you show a vulnerability, someone will take advantage of that. Yeah, it's bad. But, you know, to a certain degree, and there's certainly an argument you can make that bullying is somewhat necessary for survival and somewhat necessary for society. And it sounds mean, right? But like, someone will bully, if you like, this is great advice. If you tell this to a child, this is great advice. Like, look, I know you're sad, I know you feel bad, but if you show you're vulnerable, bullies will take advantage of you. And you'll say, well, that's not fair. And you're like, yes, but these little instances of people making fun of you, of people making jokes of you, they harden you up and they get you prepared so that you don't show these vulnerabilities, so that you can actually avoid the real dangers in the world. Because there's always going to be, like, no matter how perfect society becomes, there's always going to be some bad guy. There's always going to be some person with a screw loose. There's always going to be some psychopath or someone that got, I don't know, had this traumatic experience and they're just a complete, Dexter type character or something. And they're always going to be looking for easy targets. So how do you avoid this? Well, you know, you don't show people that you're an easy target. BobTube with a 5 says, Ian's shift from edgy N-word guy to this lefty speaking crybaby is amazing. The funniest thing about this is that because he dropped the NF, he will never be redeemed. It doesn't matter how many humiliation rituals he goes through. He will always be a laughingstock. He will always be the bad guy. And he will never endear himself to these communities that he's so desperate for the approval of because of his actions. There is no redemption on the left. The original sin that Idubbbz has can never be taken away.
Dad who has Alzheimer's or me crying, like, we're very aware that
actually people are going to make fun of you for that. And again, this is like, I thought the stream rules was that you can't make fun of someone's appearance. Now, obviously, this is fair game to make fun of this guy for his appearance because he's making fun of you as well. It's all fair game. But the thing is, if you both make money from it, you both have fun, there's no problem there. It's only when one of the parties bitches out and calls for the teacher. And that's essentially what Ian's doing here. He's calling for the teacher because his dolly is now broken. And Anissa's dolly, the strap-on, unfortunately is not broken and is going in tonight raw.
that is going to be viewed as gay and be made fun of by people like you. Now I'm going to react to a couple of these random creators who have made videos or statements about Anissa and I. Just to
Why? Can anyone answer this question? Why? Why would you do that? Just don't. Just ignore them.
give you a taste of what an average is. And additionally, like in making some of those videos, it just attracts a certain type of person where they're like, I'm going to list off a bunch of...
I'm going to criticize him right now. He's got, what, 7 million subscribers on YouTube, and he can't even get like past 211 subscribers. He can't even get past level 13 on WoW in the Barrens as a hunter, a character that literally has a permanent bodyguard. I do like the pig choice. I always thought the boars were a cool pattern in World of Warcraft, although I never really played a hunter. Oh, but I mean, hunters just have the bad reputations for being bad as well. So kind of leaning into that bad gamer as well.
People I consider lolcows or people who are mentally like disabled. And I'm going to tell you to make fucking documentaries about them. And then in that case, like, I'm not fucking doing that.
That's because like lolcows are fascinating for a number of reasons. Like in Chris Chan's situation, it's because he's got away with so much and his story is so ridiculous. You've got like the horror cows, like maybe Cyrax, where it's like you just can't believe that they're still around and they're able to get away with these sort of things. But like there are certain similarities between each of the lolcows. And a couple of those things are they seem to be incapable of accepting any criticism. Like Ian should see these videos where people say like, hey, look, if you're going to be a retard, people are going to call you a retard online. You should be careful about that. It's like, no, I'm just going to ignore that. I'm just going to keep being a retard. But the other one is that they just can't seem to make money for themselves, which is very strange. You see like Chris Chan. I guess Chris Chan's starting to actually make a bit of money, but that's because he's got a handler now. Like you got Boogie. Boogie had to go retire on the lolcow farm, which is all the fat lolcows go to Keemstar's show. And now Ian is in this position where he's trying to make money. and he's struggling on a YouTube, on a Twitch stream with less than 100 people trying to play World of Warcraft. Now, I like World of Warcraft. I haven't played it recently, but you used to be a guy that could get tens of millions of views. But then Anissa destroyed that and then took all your money away. And now you're scraping and struggling to break 100 viewers. Pathetic. Pathetic. Now, again, he did get about 1,500 views, 1,500 concurrent watches today, but I don't think that's going to last. We'll have to see. I would be very surprised if he doesn't drop down to like below 300 on his next stream, especially if he's gaming, because he's just not a draw. People don't care about that. And like, I don't know, it's so washed out. Like people make fun of me for my bisexual lighting, whatever you want to call it. But like, this is so brown, this boring frame. It's just, I don't know. It's like a chameleon for the eyes. You can't. He's just fading into the background, becoming a part of the wall.
You seeing that happen right now with
punching down again? I mean, kind of. I mean, I think Ian's got more subs than me. Actually, I mean, Twitch has the subs. YouTube has the super chats. I don't know. If I check my active memberships, I think I've got maybe just below 200 or something. So you got to pump up those numbers, boys. We got to pray the grey away, as Sean would say. A lot of grey names in this chat tonight. Pathetic.
world of t-shirts? There's a lot of people who think they're like doing it responsibly or respectfully, and it's just hell. It's just like, what the f is any of this shit?
I do think that World of T-shirts is being taken advantage of, though, but that's mostly by Mr. Based, who is a real piece of shit.
Bro, what is going on? Anissa legitimately convinced him his entire being as a person is bad.
Did I once say...
This is true, by the way. I wouldn't be surprised if they apologize for this as well. Because he's probably going to have to apologize to all the fat people he's offended in this stream, and all the nerd people he's offended in this stream. They tried to make fun of RFK for his voice, and then they had to do the apology tour.
Say my entire being is bad? You're allowed to be critical of yourself and the content you're making. You would benefit from being a little critical of the content you're making. Like, what the f?
There's a difference between being critical and a critical mass where a reactor's about to fucking explode and everybody's going to be irradiated, except the radiation in this context is cringe, and Anissa is the fucking elephant's foot.
Fuck is this? Like, actually comment on what I was talking about. Do you agree or disagree with a statement?
I don't know, chat. Agree for 1, 2 for disagree in the chat.
That you should be making videos and documentaries about people who are mentally disabled because you were encouraged by your fan base to do so. Do you?
Oh my goodness, you're making somebody happy. You're entertaining a fan base. How could you? Oh my goodness, how could you do this? And like, this is incredibly hypocritical. Not even just thinking about the things where Idubbbz was making all the content cops and people are making fun of Leafy's characteristics, things like that, making fun of Keemstar for being a gnome, making fun of Rice Gum, making fun of all these people who deserve to be made fun of. I'm not going to say that they weren't. But then didn't Idubbbz try to transition into making documentaries? And he was trying to like set up Sam Hyde to like laugh at him and try and show what a piece of shit he was. So he's just mad that he tried to do the same thing and it didn't work for him. He had a successful format. He blew it. He tried to get back into it and it didn't work. And now, is that what all this is? Just jealousy?
Agree with that? Maybe engage with the prompt.
And fellas, and even fellettes, all right? Never, just listen up, all right?
I feel bad for this guy because he doesn't have his name on the screen. I guess I don't either, but hopefully nobody's clipping me. You never know, though. You never know. Those clippers are everywhere. But I feel bad for this guy because he could have got a lot of attention if he just had like his channel name in like the neon lights back here. He could have been getting this free shout out. So a very smart move by the casino to do that.
And fellas, and even fellettes, all right? Never, just listen up, all right? Never let your partner actually change you.
Apparently people are saying more Pegasus. Is this more Pegasus? Well, more Pegasus, if that's your channel name. Idubbbz was too chicken to shout you up, but I'll say hello. Hello there.
This much. Never let them convince you that you are so bad as a person. Like everything you do, the way you act, everything you believe is bad.
This stream, by the way, he was fundraising because he had lost so much money mismanaging Creator Clash and spending all the money on parties and emotional healing hotel rooms, which are probably just orgies. He spent all the charity money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then he had to try and do a stream to make up for it.
And you must agree to like their way of life, everything they do. Obviously,
why do you think that she thinks everything I do is bad?
Because she constantly criticizes Idubbbz. Pretty simple.
I'm like, man, these people have fucking drank the Kool-Aid to a disgusting degree.
Obviously, if there's legitimate criticism taken into account or whatever, but this is legitimately tragic. He cannot be proud of a single thing he's ever done in his entire life. He just feels guilty about all of it because of
his entire body of work, and like also kind of your retirement plan. This is kind of an interesting thing you can do with YouTube. If you have enough evergreen content, and the content comps were entertaining enough that they could be watched for years to come, he was so embarrassed about his previous life that he unlisted them all. They're all gone. You have to, I think he's even copyright striking people that re-uploaded them as well. So like if you just left those videos online, he'd be getting, it's like a RTU who had like his review tech channel, even though he basically didn't review tech, but whatever. He was making $500 a month passive income for a dead channel. That's pretty good. Like for $500 for an old channel, like Idubbbz was surely making more than that with his channel. That's why he was able to go on these long gaps where he just doesn't do anything. But then he got streamer brain or YouTube brain, where you've got like this unlimited, basically retire early on your YouTube evergreen content. But then he's like, oh no, this is too bad, I'm going to unlist it. And now where are you? Actually, this is a good question. Where is he now? It kind of doesn't count because he just uploaded a new video. But if we go to, let's see. So we got about 600,000 views in the last 30 days, but about half of that is from this video. So he's basically getting the same amount of videos I get. He's basically getting the same amount of views I get on a different channel that I have, which is fine, but not for a 7 million subscriber channel. He could be earning like 2 million views passively. How's the Kino Casino doing on their stuff? Like, let's have a look. Actually, where is it? Is it this channel? The Kino Casino clips. 1.6 million views because they've got all the content there to see it. Congratulations, Idubbbz. So I guess the Kino Casino is really punching down when you think about it. All right, let's continue. Where were we?
Isa.
Dude, I'm proud of plenty of things. I'm not just gonna.
Was it actually minus 20,000 subs? Actually, I have the Social Blade thing. Well, it's not really Social Blade. I use a different one. 10,000 in the last 30 days. 50K down in the last 3 months. Not great. Not great.
Go on stream and declare it. Like, what do you like? It's so boring. Like, I don't want to talk about how proud I am of making the Airsoft Fatty documentary. Like, do you guys really need me to fucking bloviate about how I really enjoyed following the narrative structure of a fatty battling with his friends in Battle Creek?
It was.
I mean, I don't know about his Airsoft Fatty documentary. I know he made it, but I haven't seen it. But if it's a good documentary, why shouldn't you be proud of it? If you made something that made people happy, why should you be ashamed of that? Right? Like if you talk about the Kino Casino, they make fun of a lot of people, but they make a lot of people happy. Like literally, they're getting like 1.5 million views a month. That's 1.5 million happy customers. And oh no, it's mean. It's making fun of you. Just don't watch it. Just don't consume it. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter even an iota. Unless you make it bother you. Unless you take offense from it. Remember, offense is taken, not given.
My opinion is some of your content in the past was actually good before. It was actually logical. You made some good points. You don't need to feel so bad about every single thing. You know, maybe you did some bad shit. You said some slurs. That shit was bad. Whatever.
Dude, I know. I just, this is so frustrating. I just want to say, like, a lot of the things that I'm going to talk about are going to be upsetting, or they're going to be a downer to you because that's interesting. I don't know if it's because I have a high.
What? I mean, you can definitely make something sad that can be compelling, right? A lot of really great movies and great stories have sad endings, but if that's your entire thing, that's just sad. Like literally, just depressing. Yeah, you need to balance it. There need to be highs and lows in any great story. Chill Station says, well, not that's not Chill Station. Lucky Limes, hello there. It says, "Oy vey, he's gay." Yes, he is. Well, I mean, not really, but close as you can be to gay without being gay, which is taking a peg from the wife.
Threshold. It kind of feels like I do, right? A lot of the things that these commentators are commenting on is they're saying like, oh my gosh, that would crush me basically if my
Yeah, because that's a normal reaction. If you find out that your wife isn't paying attention to you or is giving attention to other men or is putting down your achievements or is constantly grinding down your soul, that does make people sad. And if you see that, you get secondhand cringe. It's pretty reasonable. That's called empathy. Now, Idubbbz only developed empathy in his 30s, but he has yet to develop accountability, which may be in his 40s. I actually stole that from a comment that I'll read later.
wife
It was very funny.
described me in that way or said that about me. And it's like, okay, it would hurt you. You're feeling bad through me. You think that I'm feeling those same feelings that you're feeling.
That's
not.
Because that's a normal reaction.
Of like good shit to your content as well. You're
See, like people criticize this, like when I had like these the red and black panels that every YouTuber has. But honestly, I think they look good. I like them. Very classic.
legitimately, fighting against like evil people and shit like that.
Because I'm sensing this guy is being his own version of sincere, because I honestly think I don't know how old this guy is, but I'm going to say a teenage commentary YouTuber. I'm going to say that their version of sincere is going to look very different than mine.
Imagine a 19-year-old YouTuber is making better points than you, Idubbbz. How embarrassing.
I'll take what I can get right now from this guy. When I'm giving my actual authentic take about something, you don't need to put the blame on my wife. You don't need to say that she's controlling me. This is
I mean, but that's what you would say if she was controlling you, right?
very off base.
There's actually a point in this where he's like looking at a script. I guarantee it. And like you just know that Anise is behind the camera with well, I guess they're in Canada, so it probably wouldn't be a real gun. She's behind the screen with the dragon dildo or whatever.
Or in relationships, they communicate, they talk. This is just the reality of getting in a relationship and becoming more enmeshed. Like it happens,
Becoming more mature doesn't mean you start crying in public. And then, I mean, Anise has literally talked about having temper tantrums when she doesn't get her way. Idubbbz is just crying and being a pussy in public. That's not masculine. That's not adulthood. That's not developing. That's quite the opposite. It's becoming an infant again.
If we eventually have a kid together, it's very important that we're on the same page. And
thank God that's never going to happen. But Anissa might have a child.
That we communicate. I know it might feel like you have some outsider insight, but
No, it's just commentary. Like literally you call them the commentary community. You can't, oh my goodness, there they go commenting again. You're a public figure. You're a person of interest. Now, it's not because of your merit, it's more about your foibles. But you can't take that lush YouTube money and attention and social clout without having a few drawbacks. And one of them is people are going to talk shit about you. If it's too hot, get out of the fucking kitchen, mate.
It is just very wrong. I feel very free to speak my truth. Yeah, I agree, Bri.
Do you want to know why this shit makes me so mad? Because there was a point in time back in OnlyFans season 1 where I was like, dude, Idubbbz is the fucking man. Such a chill guy. So down to earth. Loved meeting him in real life. Loved playing games with him. This guy was the fucking man.
I think Tectone is remembering this in a kind of a weird way. It seems like he's very nostalgic and happy about it. He's being very over the top of how epic I was. But by this time...
I mean, Idubbbz used to be a real force on YouTube. The content cops actually freaked out people. If they thought they were going to get content copped, they would actually change their behavior and try and, batter down the hatches because a storm is fucking coming. And now what? Idubbbz has, again, like he's a lolcow, so he doesn't have the ability to enrich his own life, but he only has the ability to enrich other people's life. And that's what he's done. It's like, congratulations, the Kino Casino just hit the fucking jackpot. They just got all aces or a flush or whatever. Or they just pulled the Bossman 1,000 times Plinko ball because they're going to make thousands of dollars tomorrow. And if these are people that you hate, these are people that you think are bad to society, and these are people that hold ideas that shouldn't be commonplace in the world today, all you've done is given them more power. It's really fascinating when you think about it. He only has the power to make his enemies more powerful. So I guess it's like that War Games a strange game. The only winning move is not to play. Or you could just put out good content yourself, but I guess that's impossible with Anissa behind the wheel.
Everyone had like decided that Anissa controls my life.
Range Queen says the show is tonight. I live in a weird time zone. It's silly for me to pretend that it's tonight for me. It's not. It's 11 p.m. for me. Okay. I'm going to go to bed and wake up and start watching it tomorrow. You guys should adapt to me. All right. The needs of the few should, the needs of the many should be sacrificed, and the needs of the few, me. Okay. You guys are going to revolve around my time schedule. This is ridiculous. What is this? Liquid Huge says, nice of Anissa to let his girlfriend to go on the podcast. Glad to see the transition is going well. Very funny.
And that I'm a beta male soy cuck boy. So it actually is very funny.
I will say this. All right. 8 p.m. only on Kick. Yes. You can catch the casino there. It's going to be a big fucking show. If I had to guess, it might be their biggest show since the election, which I believe was 10,000. They usually get about 5,000. I would imagine it's going to be at least, let's have a fun little bet, chat. $1 bet with the chat. I'm not actually going to pay you though. I mean, I'll pay you if you come and collect it. How about that? I bet it's going to be like 7,000. I'm going to say 7,000. Post your bets it could be over 10,000 easily, depending on if Ethan does that stream before they go live.
He's coming out now saying like,
at least 8.
Man, he was the man just 2 years ago. It's like, dude, the fucking cat was out of the bag 2 years ago. Also,
I mean, again, this is very short-sighted and very self-indulgent. Maybe Tectone just wasn't aware about your backsliding. They wasn't aware of how much of a cuck you've become around Anissa. And he remembers the old Idubbbz. And then he was frankly disappointed because he didn't realize that he was getting whatever skinwalking abomination this is. This crude simulacrum of the old Idubbbz.
So it's weird because I didn't play games with him other than we were in the same guild. I don't know. I think he's just...
The reason they weren't playing games together is you keep fucking dying on hardcore WoW. You can't be in a party with anyone if you keep dying. It's one life.
Trying to add on to this narrative that the internet likes of, man, he used to be so awesome. He was so cool. And then he fucking got corrupted by that fucking bitch.
He was one of my favorite content creators of all time. And to see that this is what he became. I mean, this guy inspired me to do content. Like my breakdowns on people's entire character was inspired by Idubbbz. And it's so lame. Like to see what one woman's pussy and Hassan can do to a motherfucker is insane to me. And if he just would have
beware Jezebel, chat. He gave it all up for a crumb of pussy. And then she just went over to Hassan's house.
Remained true to himself, he wouldn't have ended up this husk of a man he is today. Probably would have way more viewers and wouldn't having to be making content that he hates for money. It's just...
This is such fucking cope, man. Like,
I mean, are you enjoying yourself, Idubbbz? Coming clean. This doesn't seem like a video you're happy to make.
Hearing Tectone say it, it's just like, it's reminding me how many times I've heard this fucking script. These people cannot fathom that the based epic N-word guy has changed his mind over time. It's got to be
No, a lot of people used to be edgier. Like a lot of people have adapted to the changing mores of the internet, right? You don't have to keep... He literally had those videos up on his channel, probably still monetized because he was a big channel and he had connections at YouTube. And he could have just continued to make content, but just toned it down a little bit. Oh my goodness, you have to censor yourself a little bit for the fucking bag. Like, do you know how big the bag is, chat? Tectone shared... the only thing I really know about Tectone is that he shared his estimated revenue on YouTube. This is a 1 million subscriber channel. 27 million views. He was making $80,000 a month. And this is small for some YouTubers. They make insane... Like, Ian, in theory, could be making 7 times that amount of money. Now, it doesn't really work like that. But if you get the views, you get the money. Imagine what you could do with $80,000 a month. That's the bag. Oh my goodness, you just have to stop saying NF, make yourself a little bit less edgy, and then you've got $80,000 fucking dollars a month. Yeah, it's crazy. Tell me about it. It's insane.
Woman's pussy or Hassan. I think if...
Now, this is actually true. And like I said, beginning of this, Ian had his biggest stream. He went up from 100 live viewers to 1,500 or so thereabouts. And then when he had a big group of subscribers and he made fun of the woman that was literally married off against her will at 12 and forced to breed 2 sons at 15. And then he called her a loser for hours on end. When he got up to about 1,500 subscribers, I keep calling them subscribers. I'm a YouTuber, not a Twitch person. When he got up to 1,500 live viewers, he stream rated Hassan. Hassan didn't even acknowledge him until the moderators kept pestering. And then Hassan was like, hey, Idubbbz, we're playing Poopy Factory. How's it going? Yes, it's for a crumb of pussy. Yes, it's to endear yourself to Hassan. It's just so obvious.
They accept that I came to that decision on my own, they have to reckon with some demons of their own. Like it's hard to accept the fact that I've taken this journey and it's not one I regret. It's actually one that I've felt better after doing.
And Tectone is right.
It's not really a journey if you're going backwards, though, right? Like a journey is about experiencing new things. And it's about advancing and about getting higher and getting to loftier sights and seeing the views from the top. But Idubbbz has gone backwards. He's spiraling down into a hole. He's literally living in his mother's basement. He had passive income, clout, attention, respect. He had his own house in, where was he before? Like it was some deserty place, maybe Arizona or something. I don't know. But he was like filming his squirrel videos. And now what? The house is gone. They moved to Portland because his wife wanted to live in the social paradise of Portland. They bought their house for like 1.5 million or something. They can't even sell it for 1 million because it stinks. And now they're living in their mother's basement, literally. And they're going to be in their mother's basement for months because they're ordering furniture to make the basement more comfortable. That's not somebody that's going like just waiting to transition to a better and loftier peaks. That's someone that's basically unemployed. You're going backwards, mate. And it all started. Well, I mean, do you guys actually think it's an Anissa? I've heard that it's both of them are terrible. They're both equally terrible. I don't know. But it's certainly interesting to note that Anissa's ideas have been making things worse and worse and worse for Idubbbz. I think I'm going to have to assume it is her.
This guy is such a disappointment. Like Idubbbz calling people incels when the first woman he met literally destroyed, like took over his life and destroyed him, dude.
I don't know if this.
I mean, it's just true. We'll do a quick poll. We'll do a quick poll. How about that? Let's see. Who's worse? Who's worse? Ian, Anissa. We'll put in both. Both is fine. They're both equally bad. You can do that. And results. Yes, give me a second. There we go. Vote in that poll. Be sure to like the stream as well. Have to remind you a couple times.
This is your own theory, or if it's just like implanted in your brain from all the other.
But that's just a theory. A cock theory. Thanks for watching.
Or hate videos. But Anissa is not the first person or not.
But like you call them hate videos, but all they've done is give accurate advice. At least as the clips that you chose to include. If you make yourself vulnerable or ridiculous on the internet, people are going to talk about you. Yes, they will. It's happened to everybody. Everyone that's been on the internet has been made fun of. We all deal with it because it's still worth doing.
Not the first woman I've met. I've met plenty of other women.
Meeting women is not the same as fucking other women. And I believe that Ian did admit that he was a virgin when he met Anissa.
She's certainly not the first woman I've dated, and certainly not the first woman I've had sex with.
I don't believe this, though, because I've heard different from your own streams, right? Am I crazy? I feel like I heard that. Is this like the... I almost guarantee that Ian has said this himself.
But I will admit that she is the first woman I married.
I mean... Is she going to be the first one that you get divorced by? I guess we're going to have to wait and see.
Also, there are a lot of grown men out there who were outraged to find out that I changed my last name from Washburn to Jama.
No, they're not outraged. They are making fun of you because that's pathetic.
When I married Anissa,
who took his wife's last name, taking Anissa's last name, taking your wife's last name.
He's taken her last name.
His last name?
The last name, the story. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's so many. I forgot.
I think some of these people think I'm trying to push a woke agenda or some shit, but I don't give a fuck what anyone does with their own last names. This is what I chose to do because I like her last name better.
Actually, this isn't true. Here's the actual clip. Let's have a look. Let's actually have a look at the truth.
There are a lot of grown men out there
It's a bit
who were
quieter, sorry.
outraged to find out that I changed my last name from Washburn to Jama when I married Anissa. I think some of these people think I'm trying to push a woke agenda or some shit, but I don't give a fuck what anyone does with their own last names. This is what I chose to do because I like her last name better. I like her last name better.
All right, let's see the
This is what
truth.
I chose to do.
Let's see the truth.
I like her last name better.
Not that it matters, but the only reason why we changed or chose my
The volume too low. I can't do anything about this clip. Sorry, it's at maximum.
name over his last name is because his last name is like just objectively ugly. It's just like an ugly last name. Like
They're straight from the whore's mouth. Ian's last name is ugly to Anissa, and she forced him to change it. He's like, I just liked her name better. No, it's because you're ashamed of your family. And your wife forced you to abandon your name because she didn't want to be Anissa Washburn. You can't hear it. Hopefully the on-screen subtitles is there.
Washburn sounds horrendous.
Washburn sounds horrendous. Anissa Washburn. I couldn't be Washburn.
Definitely stormed the Capitol. That's how that went. But like, I
It's a spicy one.
feel like I don't know. That's like to me.
It gives you the
Washburn sounds
ick.
bad.
That's it. It wasn't that Idubbbz thought it was a better name. It's that Anissa thought it was worse. Anissa didn't want his disgusting last name, Washburn, because she knows one or two things about washing burns. Like when she comes back from the club and Ian's still at home alone.
People think I'm trying to push a woke agenda or some shit, but I don't give a fuck what anyone does with their own last names. This is what I chose to do because I like her last name
No, it's what Anissa chose to do.
better.
Bonus money. So I think bonus holes would be more appropriate, but let's see where he's going with this.
When my rancid boxing coach and his wife decided to go on the H3 podcast as like this mutual exchange of talking shit about Anissa and I in exchange for $5,000, that was sort of under the premise.
Well, I don't know if they went on the show for $5,000. Now, Ethan said he was going to give them $5,000 during the show. Was it agreed to beforehand? Perhaps. We don't know. At least I don't think there's any evidence to show either way. But if you cheat someone out of $5,000, you can't very well complain when they slag you off to get what's owed to them. They're going to get their money. You got to pay up, Ian. Pay up.
That I owed them some sort of bonus money.
Yeah, I mean, like we were also promised a bonus on CC1 and we never got it.
Now, of course, Ian's edited this clip. So we watched from the other one where they didn't get the invite to the gala. They trained Anissa for free. They didn't even get a shout out for their gym. Not even a measly little crumb of attention or gym. They didn't get their $5,000 bonus. And they didn't say child marriage is bad. But of course, Ian has edited this.
But because Michael was so nice, he didn't want to like make Ian feel uncomfortable and ask Ian and Anissa about it.
And I was always under the assumption that there was no bonus because even though he told me there was a bonus, he then disappeared for 6 months and I never saw him. So I was like, was there a bonus or was there not a bonus?
There was never a bonus. I
mean, because there was no money. They spent it all on their galas. I think that during this stream, while Anissa was banning people that were talking about this, like this one, Anissa, you said you shit your pants a lot. Is this true? Permanently banned. Permanently banned. There was some interesting conversations. Where did I have this? Oh, this is kind of funny, actually. We'll look at the comments later, but this one. So when Ian went onto his Cope stream afterwards, Anissa was in the chat saying, he wouldn't stop hugging me. Oh, my goodness. It was really, really upsetting. I kept trying to push him off. And he wouldn't. It made me feel really embarrassed. And then he wouldn't let me leave. He just kept hugging me and I was trying to push him off, and I cried. This man's woman was married as a child at 12. And you're complaining that he hugged you? You bitch? Like an actual victim of childhood marriage. And I guess, I mean, there's no other way to say it. This is a victim of rape. And you're making up these fake fucking stories that this guy hugged you so much you cried. Holy shit, Anissa is such a succubus. Such a Jezebel. Like, oh my goodness, like twisting the words in the chat. Holy shit. What a pathetic thing to say to this couple that you robbed, and then you wouldn't even share a measly little link to supporting campaigns, protests against childhood marriage. And then the very second they go on the H3 podcast, you're in their DMs immediately. What a snake. I mean, is it still Year of the Snake? It is, right?
Never spoke to these losers about a bonus. I was paying the...
Yeah, they're losers. They're losers. It's true. I mean, it's objectively true that Idubbbz obviously supports childhood marriage. There's no other way to describe it, right?
These people an hourly rate to do the job that I asked for them to do, and they got paid. This fucking loser.
Well, no, you promised them an invite to the gala. You promised them a bonus. You promised them a shout out. And then you abandoned them like rats leaving a dying ship. And then you complain that they have a bit of a giggle at your expense. Oh my goodness. Heavens to Betsy. The hugging will improve. The huggings will continue until morale improves.
With the beard got paid
So someone was like saying like the Sargon one, like I wouldn't even hug you, Anissa.
$32,000 for training an influencer to box, and she got paid $9,000 to film some of it. They conveniently never talked to either one of us about it.
You confronted him.
Interestingly, you didn't talk about the childhood marriage, Ethan. At least you paid them something. Thank fucking God, I would hope so.
About that,
The hugged. Yes. Don't hug me, I'm scared. Very cool reference. BP sent me a picture a few weeks ago where there's literally he was walking around Japan and he found a box that said personal shredder and he sent it to me and it reminded me like that entire part of my life. I had totally forgotten the what about my shredder? Personal shredder. It's such a good effort. I love that song so much. You have no idea. Well, I mean, the chat knows how much. I mean, the regulars know how much. The green names in chat probably know my name. The shredder song.
You asked them, or you didn't want to?
No, I just let it be.
Because I'm the same.
They conveniently don't have any text messages or emails or contracts that have anything to do with bonus money because that conversation didn't happen. They are lying.
I mean, it probably did happen, and they probably do have evidence of it. Maybe they just didn't share it.
To Ethan and his crew, and they're lying to the audience.
How is it that we put on this great event? We raised $1.3 million for charity, and he promised us a bonus. And then right after the event, he just kind of pretend like he's too busy to check in with us.
Too busy to check in with you. I don't need to fucking check in with you. I'm not.
When they say check in with you, they mean paying up. Pay the fuck up. And by the way, could you help support my wife that was married off when she was 12, a literal child? Oh, beep, 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 beep. That's what he means. Such snake behavior by Ian. This is probably I thought it was like stupid to platform the people that you allegedly would hate, right? But then this part of the video is holy shit. Why would you address this? Like, this is one of those things you should just never mention again and hope that people forget about it.
You're not my parents. What the fuck are you talking about? You weren't promised a bonus. I was doing my own shit. Why the fuck would I want to spend my time with you when I'm filming a show with Dax Flame? You guys are fucking losers.
You confronted about that? You asked them, or you didn't want to?
No, I just let it be.
Because I'm the same.
If it was promised to you,
I mean, again, it's so outrageous for him to be shouting that this man is a loser when he can barely scrape together 100 people to watch him play a video game on Twitch with 7 million subscribers. What is that? Like less than 0.01% or something? It's got to be less. It's got to be less than that, right? Not even 1% of Ian's audience will show up.
If this imaginary bonus was promised to you, that should give you a lot of confidence to at least say, bonus.
The kind of thing about like, you're not my dad. I wonder if I still have the clip, right? There's the shot. Where was it? I don't have it, but it's probably on this video. If we go down to the comments. Because he probably... Well, dad literally commented on this video and said, like, you want to fight. So maybe not his dad, but he refuses to talk to the dad, YouTube's dad.
That's potentially a lot of money for you, you know, in this fictional scenario where you were promised a bonus. Surely it makes sense to at least inquire if it was promised to you, right? Because I'd been consistently paying you day after day for all the work you were doing. So if I never missed a payment for you and your wife and a bonus was promised at some point, then don't you think it would be pretty fucking obvious and apparent that you should text me, hey, what about that bonus?
But you didn't respond to the text when they asked about supporting the campaign to end childhood marriage in Washington. If you're leaving them on fucking red for the child stuff, maybe they didn't send the follow-up text for the 6,000 or the 5,000, whatever it was.
Of course, but there was no bonus because you're fucking lying.
No, there was no bonus because you never paid it.
Like, fuck these crooked people. They came on this podcast. They used this bonus thing as some sort of like weird exchange of like, yeah, we can't go on the podcast and just talk blatant shit about our...
See, look at Ian's eyes. He's reading from a script. Anissa's got the script and the dragon dildo behind the camera. And he's like, you better fucking read, Ian. You better fucking look at it. Look at his eyes. He's literally reading from a script right now.
Our clients. So podcast and just talk blatant shit.
His eyes are locked onto below the screen. You can tell.
About our clients. So what we're instead going to do is pretend like we were stiffed by our clients after they promised us a windfall of cash. There's so many other truthful things that they could have focused on the podcast that would have made me look like a bitch to a certain, you know, sector of the internet. One of those things being me crying after a tough sparring session like that.
Not only is he crying in public on TV and on YouTube videos, he's crying in the gym. Bro. No wonder Anissa's going after Gorgeous Gabe. It's a crying session at the gym? Holy fuck. I've never seen anyone cry at the gym, and I've seen people drop fucking like 20 kg plates on their bare open toes. You know, they say yowie. They jump up and like, you know, their head goes in the ceiling like a cartoon. But I've never seen a man cry or a woman cry at the gym. There's no crying in baseball, Ian. There's no crying in the gym, in the boxing gym. Oh my goodness, what the fuck is going on here?
That's truthful.
Did you say he cried?
We had to have a meeting.
So after that, so he was crying at the gym.
It's okay to...
I don't know why he's trying to make this woman look silly. If you have your crying meeting where you have to schedule your cry sessions, I wouldn't have broadcast this on your channel, mate. This is a weird decision.
To cry, but it's not okay for him to cry. Now, to the crew of the H3 podcast, I have something important to say. I think you are all pieces of shit. All right, everyone, that is going to do it for this episode of Idubbbz Complains. If you want to hear me complaining live in your ears...
Well, this was the Idubbbz content cop. What did you guys think? There's some comments we're going to go through. We still got plenty more.
Particularly today, if you're watching this video the day it comes out, go and check out my Twitch live stream. I'll put a link in the description. I am going to be reacting to the H3 podcast where my rat coach and his rat wife are being nasty rats together.
Can you calling an Asian woman a rat? What does he mean by that? That's racism, chat.
So
I mean, it isn't really, but if we just say it is, then he'll apologize. So it's funny.
Go give it a watch, give it a listen, and I'll, you know, probably for the rest of this month, I will be reacting to shit. And
yeah, because it's September, by the way, so you got to rack those subs up. He's streaming every day on Twitch. Nicholas Diorio gifted 5 subs in his chat and then immediately was banned. So let's take a look at some of these comments. Right? Don't think we need this anymore. Don't need that one. Okay. So look, you can see This is only a sampling of the bands that were going out. Let's see, what was this one? So when Idubbbz posted Coming Clean, this Thunsurd said, I thought this was about stealing from charity. He took the L on that, I think. This is about empathy, not accountability. He won't unlock that until about 40-ish. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Who the fuck is PPP? Well, they're going to find out tomorrow. They're going to know now. Like PPP, like even though the Kino Casino is quite large, they were still, at least until today, in their own sort of sector. Like if you say the Kino Casino in like a regular, outdoor environment, very unlikely people are going to know who you're talking about. If you say Idubbbz, pretty high likelihood people are going to remember the old Idubbbz videos. By giving them this platforming, he's made them mainstream. Everybody's going to know now. So congratulations, you've succeeded, whoa, buddy. That's the only thing he's accomplished today, is basically unlocking the mainstream arc of the Kino Casino and Andy Warski and PPP. Very, very funny. What is this? This is a good one. This is a good one by Dino. My rat coach and his rat wife, a great stoic. A great stoic. I might save this one. I might read that later. Let me see. Thank goodness your father-in-law won't remember this embarrassing video. Ooh, that's a spicy one. That's a spicy one. Let's see. What's the line between rage bait and communities obsessively harassing a man and his wife online? Well, the legal answer to this would be if you contact them and if you try to, approach them in real life or send them emails constantly. What the Kino Casino doesn't do, actually. Very important detail. That's the difference. Now, what is it? You will notice there's a difference between what the Kino Casino does and what people do to H3H3, where they send him skulls and try and get their children taken away by CPS and literally has the CPS showing up at their houses. That's harassment. Making fun of you for being a cuck is just internet stuff. Important to know. Tengu. We have an internet savant here. That guy clearly needs help. Who has a bunch of slot machines in their home? Gambling is literally a mental illness, and he has the audacity to talk about others. So that means this is the IQ of the average Idubbbz watcher.
Terms, describe a pizza.
Right, where's a good scene?
Stylist.
So they saw this. They saw this frame, and they saw Ashton, and they saw Andy's like props for the Kino Casino. So that guy clearly needs help. He has a bunch of slot machines in their home. Gambling is literally a mental illness, and he has the audacity to talk about. Like, first of all, this is the most retarded comment I've perhaps seen ever, which is really an achievement because I have Dabbleverse people talk to me sometimes. So I know how to deal with retards. But then, like, first of all, that's so stupid. Second of all, he has a mental illness and he has the audacity. So what do you mean that mentally ill people have the audacity to make comments about other people? What do you mean by that? Like, if mental illness is something you can't control, what do you mean the audacity to talk about something if you have a mental, like, this is not only offensive, it is retarded, which is really fantastic. It's very difficult to top how stupid this comment is. So congratulations, Tengu. Oh, wait. Wait, it continues. Tengu goes on. I had a girlfriend. Oh, is that thunder in the background? Okay, we might cut out from a lightning storm. Can't help it if it does. I had a girlfriend who was 400 pounds and he legit looks like he's 20% larger than her. She's fat. Why are you telling me? Why are you like, this is really, is this Idubbbz? Is this Idubbbz's alt account? Like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know if that's ableism or just a weird flex. This PPP character is a loser. He's got slot machines in his backyard and he's mentally ill and he couldn't have the audacity to talk about people. Also, I dated a chick that was 20% lighter than PPP. And this is like, oh my goodness. How do you 400 pounds? What is that? Like, how do you change it into kilos? It's like half minus 10%, right? So that's 180 kilos. How the fuck does a person get to be 180 kilos? And I say that as a 250 kilo man. We got some more good ones though. Let's see. After a bit more digging. but they're looking. Let's see. The channel is called Kino Casino Clips. So they're literally advertising the Kino Casino Clips in the stream chat after the stream. After a bit more digging, it looks like this channel just reacts to I think that's Idubbbz podcast name, but I can't even remember what it's called. And the Bog episodes at like 50K views a pop. I feel like that's 100% grounds for legal action. Well, no, it isn't, because you're stupid. And you say this because you saw that H3 is suing Denims and Casey Tron and what's that fat Jabba the Hutt chick, Frogan. You saw them non-transformingly reacting to the Hassan content nuke, and you assumed that this was the same case. No, their content is highly curated, highly clipped, and highly commentaried. So actually, no, it is not grounds for legal action. The amount of views you get does not play into the fair use analysis, surprisingly. Very unfortunate. Let me see. Hello, friends got home. How are you all? At 10 times as many views, there is no way they aren't a market substitute, siphoning away income. Oh my goodness. This person has read the comments about the ongoing argument in H3's lawsuit and thinks that it applies to a clip channel where they're clipping their own transformative content. They don't clip Idubbbz's content and upload it. They clip their own content after they react, transform, and they're already clipping the content and cutting it down because Idubbbz's show is so fucking boring that they have to cut it down to a 10-minute segment. And they string that 10 minutes out to 2 hours. Holy shit. I thought that guy dating the 400-pound chick was stupid, but this one, Jesus Christ. It's like, oh, wait a minute. In H3's lawsuit, he said that it's a market substitute and siphoning away views. That means that no, that's not how it works. Not how it works. Let me see. It seems like half of this channel is now just hate watching. He's deleting comments. He's stoic. Very true. Very true. What is this? So I don't know who this AB character is. He says, nah, fuck this. I'm done living in fear. My wife and I are no longer going to be blackmailed. I'll show you all a backbone. See you guys tomorrow. And that's the one that H3 was actually reacting to. So I'm not sure exactly who this AB character was, but the Kino is going to flow. There's going to be more drama with this guy coming out and dropping the dirt on Idubbbz. Then H3 is going to watch it. There's going to be there might be days of content. I'm not sure if I'll do this tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll have to see. Of course, be sure to let me know if you liked this episode. We've still got a bit to go, though. Angela Curry says, is it true that Idubbbz was sent a Sonotry medallion? I believe so, wasn't it? I feel like I remember that. Dave with £5 says, 2 years ago, I was unemployed and having a bad time. Kino Casino taking the Mickey out of Ralph gave me plenty of chuckles, which definitely helped me at the time. It is kind of crazy to see how well how far they've grown, because it used to just be making fun of Ralph. And now Ralph is completely irrelevant and disappeared somewhere. I mean, he disappears somewhere all the time. And now they're literally going to be on the main stage. Like, Idubbbz unlocked the gate to the kingdom. He's like a traitor who... He's like that weasel character that there's like a horde of enemies that are coming, and in the night he unlocks one of the back doors. He's unlocked the mainstream gate, and now they're gonna float through. If H3 is just reacting to this, he's gonna be saying it's funny. He's gonna be probably inviting them on. Everyone that hates Idubbbz is gonna be reacting to this. I mean, I'm doing it right now. Everyone that like is in the not H3, the Hassan sphere, they're gonna be reacting to it. You're gonna have Asmongold reacting to it. Well, actually, I think Asmongold took like a break from stuff. It was his dad's sick or something. But, you know, all the big names and all of these choice clips, because Idubbbz included the best clips. He included the clips where they're just spitting straight facts. Hey, look, don't be stupid on the internet because people are going to make fun of you. Fucking true. Like, if you want to make it's so easy. It is so easy with, especially like it's easy during a live stream, but it's easier with edited content. You can choose all of the worst shit. You could go back and find the most heinous things they were saying as jokes, but, you know, taken out of context, it looks terrible. It'd be so easy. And it's such an easy move to do. And for some reason, Ian went out of his way to pick the most reasonable clips that make him look like an absolute retard. This is why I call this. It's called coming clean. This is literally content cop Idubbbz. He content copped himself for some stupid reason. It really is like I'm sorry, Nick Recator fans, but Idubbbz is getting lolcow of the year. Like, there's no way. There's no way that he gets the hat trick at this point. Wait, did he? He got it 2 times in a row, right? There's no way that Idubbbz doesn't win this at this point. There's just no competition. Oh dear. Love that comment so much though. Let's have a look at Idubbbz. Let's have a look. See, Idubbbz is now down 10,000 of the day, 20,000 over the last 28 days. Pretty embarrassing. Oof. Especially when you see what he used to have. Like, I wonder if we can actually see that for his lifetime. Do we have the lifetime thing here? Oh my god! Holy shit! I've never seen a graph this bad. Here's the last year. So he's got a bit of a peak. This is where he unleashed the 7 million views from the H3 content nuke. Holy shit. Go to 1 year. Look at this fucking cliff. Idubbbz was at 1.5, just about. He was passively generating. So this is when he wasn't generating content, I believe. He was passively generating 500,000, 700,000, a million, 800,000, 700,000 a month. That's passive income from his previous work. That's like, in YouTube terms, that's like between $10,000 and $20,000 he was likely generating from doing nothing. He could play with squirrels in his backyard. And then he listened to Anissa, 1.5 billion views. He's like, actually, that content was edgy. Ooh, there goes. Millions of views. Oh, he getting a bit of traction, There's still the old content cops, and it's gone. It's all gone. It's all fucking gone. And now, 100,000, 200,000, 108. He's down to 1/10 of his passive views. I got a little bit more when he did the H3 stuff. This is a little bump there is from the H3 stuff. Holy shit. I never realized just how bad. Because those things had like tens of thousands of millions of views on them. Tens of millions of views on them each, right? Those content. Holy shit. This is if you showed me this graph and told me, like, if you took away all the data from this graph and you showed it to me, I would say, I know exactly what this is. This is Bossman Jack's stake balance. That's exactly what this is. But it's not. It's Idubbbz's view counter. Holy shit. How do you subscribers? Oh my goodness. He's been losing subscribers for the last 3 years. Whoa, buddy. That's a funny one. Oh my goodness. Graphs are funny. Don't even tell me they're not funny. Don't even tell me statistics aren't funny, guys. There's a lot of funny statistics out there. 41%, 13%, all sorts of funny statistics. I read this one, but very cool to see that they made your day brighter. A Chill Station member for 6 months says, and the Cuck of the Year award goes to Ian Joma, aka Anissa's wife. I think that's a funny thing. Isn't like, I was looking for the Idubbbz thread on Kiwi Farms, and they don't even have one, right? It's just called the Anissa Joma thread. Am I right about this? It's like, and the thread is called Anissa Joma, like Idubbbz wife of, husband of, I don't know, Anissa. Yeah, Anissa's husband. He's not even the first name in his own Kiwi Farms thread. Like, imagine that. Really quite fantastic. I was gonna watch this documentary on Silent but Brutal Killer. This is about CTE, and this may explain Idubbbz's brain damage. But the rain is starting, it's getting heavy. I think we'll call the stream for tonight. Of course, you guys need to get a nice, I guess it's going to be night for you. But thank you for watching. That is about all we got for tonight. We beat the quartering many times over. He can't even make $50, but the check came out tonight. Thank you very much. We got up to about 5 times as many as an Ian's World of Warcraft stream. Stream tomorrow, but I don't know about what. It might be about the fallout from this. It might be part 2. We'll have to wait and see. There's also some stuff lining up. But since we hit the goal, chat, I'll play a little tax-free, and then we'll be out of here. Peace.
Did you hear me? It is tax-free. My Zannies, my hookers, my super chats too. Hit that button, cause every single super chat I got it tax-free. Tax-free. Take out your pill bottles, shake your pills, shake your pills, because it's gonna be tax-free. 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 Tell your wiggers that we got it. Tax-free in my little tin shack. Cats flying in tornadoes. Gun flopping up and down, let's get the guns out. Gun, 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 gun. Shake it around when it's tax-free. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. It's a tip, so it's tax-free. But wiggle, you best not fold the bullshit because these super chats, they all tax-free. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Yo, Faith, don't make me say it. Squeeze. Child support. Faith, it's tax-free. Compass sneak, cause it's tax-free. That's right, bitch. Now kiss my Gucci hat. I said kiss it. It's authentic, bitch. It's time to gun out. Shake your gun like you mean it. Wiggle, wiggle. Welcome to the kill stream. This song